If you're looking for more performance or horsepower, you might consider installing a cold air intake system. Hi, I'm Barbara Terry with AutoMD. By installing this part, you can literally increase your performance up to 15 horsepower.
Parts and tools needed. For this project, you will need a new cold air intake assembly. You will also need the following tools: flathead screwdriver, ratchet, extension, set of sockets, Allen wrenches.
Your own vehicle's components and parts may differ, so always refer to your vehicle's owner's manual for details.
For your safety, we recommend wearing safety glasses, latex gloves, and closed-toed shoes when working on your vehicle. Turn the ignition off and disconnect the vehicle's negative battery cable. Disconnect the mass air sensor electrical connection. Next, unhook the wiring harness retaining clip from the airbox. Remove the 4 airbox mounting bolts with a socket. Now you can remove the intake tube mounting bolt. Go ahead and remove the entire intake tube and filter assembly from the vehicle. Do not throw this part away. If your vehicle is not equipped with the intake tube support bracket, remove the two 13mm nuts that secure the intake tube support bracket and remove the bracket. If the vehicle is equipped with a support bracket, reinstall one of the 13mm nuts to the lower mounting stud for support. Next, disconnect the TPS sensor electrical connection from the throttle body. You can also remove the throttle body motor electrical connection. Then, remove the 4 10mm bolts that retain the throttle body to the intake manifold. Lift the throttle body from the intake manifold. Use the 10mm bolts you just removed to secure the throttle body to the new throttle body adapter with the gasket. Install the throttle body assembly onto the intake manifold with the correct hardware. Now, you can reconnect the throttle body motor and TPS electrical connections. Take the heat shield and install the edge trim along the edge. Place rubber nut inserts into the airbox mounting holes. Loosen the coolant recovery hose and clamps and remove the factory recovery hose. You will want to catch any leaking coolant that may occur. Now you can install the new coolant recovery hose and secure it with clamps. Install the heat shield using the appropriate hardware. You may need to drill an 1/8 inch hole in the air filter mounting plate to attach the heat shield. Next, remove the 2 screws that secure the mass air sensor to the airbox with an Allen wrench. You can then remove the mass air sensor. Install the new gasket onto the mass air adapter with the sticky side down. Install the mass air sensor to the mass air adapter with hardware. This mass air sensor assembly may now be installed into the intake tube. Make sure the open end of the mass air sensor is towards the filter end of the tube. Secure the mass air sensor assembly onto the new intake tube. Install the NPT fittings into the intake tube. If your vehicle is equipped with only one vent line, simply install an NPT plug on the other end. Now install the tube mounting bracket to the intake tube. Then install the silicone hose onto the throttle body with hose clamps, and then take the intake tube and place it into the silicone hose and tighten. Connect the new intake tube to the bracket. If the vehicle is not equipped with a factory intake tube support bracket, you will want to use 8mm bolts, washers, and nuts to secure the tube mounting bracket to the engine bracket. Unlock the crankcase vent hose and remove the hose from the valve cover. Now install the new silicone vent hose to the valve cover and intake tube. Reconnect your mass air sensor electrical connection. Install the silicone hose onto the filter adapter and secure it with hose clamps. Now install the adapter assembly into the air filter. Install the air filter assembly into the intake tube and secure with hose clamps. Finally, reconnect the vehicle's negative battery cable and double check to make sure everything is tight and properly positioned. Test drive the vehicle and listen for any odd noises or rattles.
On behalf of AutoMD, I'm Barbara Terry with how to install a cold air intake.